Hello, you're about to hear Good Morning Seminole, our monthly signature event. Please enjoy.
Thrilled to be here, thrilled for the opportunity to moderate this really fascinating panel on local restaurants. It is one of the most important businesses in the world. It's one of the most challenging businesses in the world. And we're going to hear from some amazing leaders who are making it work and bringing new amenities to our community. So let's introduce them now. We are going to start with Geoff Giordano from Eggs Up Grill. Big hand for Geoff, please. We've got Michael Dees from Dees Brothers Brewery. Next is Mellisen Griffin from Don Julio Group. Big hand for Mellisen. And last but not least, Tavo Mendez from Rockin' Brews. Come on down, Tavo. That's right. All right. Okay, so we're going to have a nice laid-back discussion with all of you. Just remember, keep those microphones close to you as you answer. Keep the answers nice and tight because we've got a lot of great questions and we're going to get some phenomenal info from each of you. So we're going to start by just going down the line just so everybody can get a feel for your restaurants. Start by giving us just a quick 30-second overview. When somebody walks into your restaurant, what can they expect? Tavo, we'll start with you, buddy.
Oh man, I don't know if 30 seconds is enough.
I'll keep you to it, Tavo.
All right, so you walking in into, we wanted to mimic a backstage feel, so rock and roll, music, lights, all kinds of album covers, and just a great vibe. You can't be having a bad day and then come in to Rock and Brews and still have a bad day, so it'll just immediately turn you on. And you'll have smiling faces welcoming you. We're pet friendly, so you can go and bring the dog outside. So it's just a good feel good rather place. So it just makes your day. It makes my day.
Outstanding. I love it. All right, Mellisen, how about you? When we walk in Don Julio, what can we expect?
So when you walk in, depending on what your mood is for, we have high-end cuisine, and then we have the midline cuisine, if you want Mexican or Peruvian. So if you're looking for a high-end, the Peruvian will be the one to go to. When you go in, you see a nice, cozy atmosphere with smiley faces, and expect the best food that you probably will ever eat. Customer service is what we thrive on to ensure that all our customers are extremely happy and to ensure that the food is to the best that you will ever taste. If you're looking for a midline type of atmosphere, Don Julio Mexican Kitchen in various areas, Waterford Lakes, Eagle Creek, Chickasaw, Lake Mary, you can go there and have great fun, music. We make that more to the authentics of the Mexican lifestyle, where we sometimes will have the Mexican music, we'll have DJs, salsa. So it really depends on when you wake up that morning and either you want to take your husband somewhere fancy or somewhere to have fun, or it's a place that you want to take your wife and just have, you know, a fun time, and you just go to either one of the locations and you will have an amazing, amazing time there.
Outstanding, thank you. All right, Michael, when we walk into Dees Brothers, what should we expect?
Well, I guess for us, since we're a brewery, we always wanted to focus more on the aspect of community and socialization, things like that. Breweries have always been traditionally a community house, a place where people gather after work, relax, meet each other, you know, deal with your day after you've sweated for someone else. And that's kind of when you walk in, that's what we want to give you. Our bartenders try to say hello as soon as you walk in. At least we try to tell them to do that. And really the vibe is supposed to be you walk in and you immediately feel relaxed and comfortable. When we first opened, people asked my brother and I, what theme are you going to put your brewery? Every brewery has a theme. And we go, well, we want it to be like you're brewing, you're hanging out with us while we homebrew in our garage. And everyone's like, oh, so like, what, like rakes on the wall and things like that? And I was like, no, not at all. Though there is some aspects of that. It's not exactly a tidy, perfect looking place. It's very casual. And so the idea is that you can come in and you can talk to us and then just enjoy yourselves. And there's no having to feel like you're fancy or anything like that. You can just simply be who you are. And that's kind of what we're going for.
All right, I love that. All right, Geoff, and how about when we walk into Eggs Up Grill?
For us, part of our tagline is home to the whole neighborhood. So we want to create a warm and inviting atmosphere for customers, especially new ones, and then win them over with a friendly, warm, hospitable, feeling, and make it seem like a place that you want to come back to in a family-themed environment, where you can come, once a week on the weekends with the kids and just be yourselves. I think a differentiator in hospitality is, not being transactional and making sure that our staff is, warm and inviting, getting to know you. You get to know them too as well, and request them as a server the next time, and build that relationship with them so that, there's a lot of options out there. We want to make it feel special. A lot of places serve eggs, of course, but make our eggs a little bit better by being a little bit more friendlier to you. And not to quote an 80s sitcom, but a place where everybody knows your name too as well is also what we want to achieve with everybody. So, yeah.
All right, I love that. Okay, so we all know running a restaurant is an extremely challenging business, and you four have done it each exceptionally well. But I want to talk about what are the most critical issues that are facing your restaurants in general and these days. So, Mellisen, we'll start with you. What are some of the critical issues that you face at the group?
Well, because we thrive on the best food and we seek for the best meats, it's the rising cost of food that is affecting us. The challenge is trying to provide the same type of quality of food without having to raise the prices so much where people feel like it's too expensive. So we're constantly trying things out, either lowering the proportions out, and still provide you with the great quality of the food. That is something that's not in our control. So the only thing that's in our control is how we are going to provide those type of food qualities without affecting it to our patrons, our customers.
Understood. Everybody else, a lot of the same issues. Anything else that jumps out at you?
Well, I would 100% agree. Costs are the number one issue. We've seen some of not our food costs are going up, but we've seen paper products and other equipment costs that we buy, subscription products like napkins and stuff go up by almost 50% this year. So that's been a really crazy thing to see. It kind of feels every time you make a jump in your success, somebody comes in and tacks up the prices so that you don't get to actually enjoy it. Somebody else does. For us in the brewery industry, we're regulated at the city, county, state, and national level. And so regulations and taxes are crazy for us. We actually have to pay taxes on all of the beer we produce before we even sell it. So it's something that we really would love to see change, is just a reduction in licensing fees and taxes, because we have to pay everybody.
Fascinating. Tavo?
I would echo what they said. Definitely the cost of goods sold have skyrocketed, and the tariffs, even with us, something as simple as a cup of coffee, we received a letter about 2 months ago. Even with some of these taxes and tariffs going up, we immediately got letters from our purveyors saying your pound of coffee now goes from $8 to $15, and we just gotta pay it. Let's be honest, there's not so much great coffee produced here in the States, so we gotta bring it from Colombia or Brazil or some of the other countries. Even our utensils, our China silverware, paper goods, as they said, everything has gone up, and we're trying to, even now, I have exhibit A and B saying, well, this is the nice plastic, this is for the to-go orders because the people are paying, and this crappy styrofoam flimsy, that's the doggy bag for the leftovers. We have to get creative. So when you come to the restaurant, you'll see the difference. If you order to-go or Uber, you'll get the nice, beautiful to-go packaging, and if you get a little to-go pizza left over, you'll be having a little flimsy, less than quality container. So yes, cost of goods sold. Labor is another one. We have The minimum wage going up is going up $1 this month, so we'll be paying our front of the house employees, which are considered the tipped employees. They will be making $10.98. Man, I remember a long time when I was bussing tables, I was making $3 an hour, and now to say, and then $11 was like, oh man, I made it to the grill, yay, I'm making $10, and now it's $11 plus tips. So these guys are averaging, and it's hard to provide quality service, get phenomenal food out there, but then you're paying your dishwasher $20 an hour, so $20 an hour is a little challenging.
Michael.
To maybe give some math to that, that's a 10% pay raise for all that staff in 1 year. So think about having to give your whole staff 10% more right when all your costs jumped up too. It's very hard when you're running on very small lines already.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, as consumers, we all feel it, right? Every time we go out. So it's good to know, it's refreshing to know that the folks who are having to deal with it on your end are really doing everything you can to try to minimize that impact. We know it's not easy. All right, well, let's talk about, actually, Tavo, you kind of winked at it a little bit, the change in the landscape of the business to a delivery, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of that kind of thing. How has that impacted your business, and is it more valuable for us to come into your restaurant, or is the takeaway business really good business? So Tavo, we'll start with you on that and work our way around.
All right. Well, we embrace the change. There is, I was just reading some industry news earlier, and the catering business and delivery business is projected to be at $120 billion in the next 5 to 7 years. So if we're not jumping on and trying to get some profits out of that, and we're boat. We're embracing it. Of course, I want you guys to come in. I want you guys to, again, feel the rock and roll and all the good vibes, and that's a best way for us to show our quality of service and food. But on the delivery service, again, we're embracing it. We actually partner up with Olo, which now takes out the middleman, so the Uber Eats and DoorDash, even online orders come directly into our kitchen, so there's no human error. You're getting what you put in, so it also kind of saves us, because if someone's like, well, you didn't put this on, or you didn't, well, sir, you're the one that typed that order. It just came directly into our kitchen, and we're capitalizing on it. Sometimes the delivery service is what saves our day. Easy Cater is a great partner with us. Sometimes they're come in and bring in up to 30-40% of our sales for that day. Wow. For instance, yesterday I was just having a conversation with Geoff that it was a slow Wednesday, even with half off wines. By the way, even the nice wines, you get 5% on Wednesdays. Little plug in there, and our sales were like at 4,000, but Easy Cater came in and there were 3 huge orders. Each average about $350, so it was $1,000 right there with like no overhead. I pay my delivery driver. We put in the delivery service in there, so it's good for us, and we're embracing it and running with it.
Geoff, how about you at Eggs Up? Are you insulated from this trend a little bit, or how do you integrate it?
No, we see quite a bit third-party partners. Some people just don't want to leave the house. We see orders, you can tell that it's mom doesn't want to cook for the kids, and there's 4 kids' meals on there. Mother's Day is a big one too. Dad doesn't want to cook, and he's just firing food in. So welcome it. It is a cost. It's marked up, of course. And so there is some more additional cost for us from a packaging standpoint, like Tavo was saying, with paper supplies and stuff like that. Yeah, it does hurt a little bit more. Your margins aren't as great, but I also treat it as found money too. It's another revenue stream that's coming in on a pretty consistent basis. So we're good for about $3,000 a week total, probably in online orders. Yes, I would rather have you come in and get the experience, but not everybody's life is like that, to be able to leave the house and go and have breakfast for an hour and a half. I get that. Easy Cater is another thing that we've been doing for a long time. I have 2 stores, and both stores have been doing great with it. So it's just again, found money. It's great. It's it's a good way to start your day at, sometimes they pick up the orders at 5:15, but we do what we got to do. But it's a good way to get, $1,000 in the bank before you even open your doors. You get some big orders from some companies. Duke Energy is a great partner. They order from us once a month, which is great. So, I welcome it. I'll never turn it away. Again, it's, yes, you pay a little bit to Easy Cater from a commission standpoint, and they're handling some stuff for you, but again, a lot of companies use Easy Cater for accountability purposes too as well, so, and they have to go that route, so, but I'm never going to turn that off. So.
Great perspective. All right, part and parcel with this, reviews. It's the Amazonification of everything we buy, right? We look at reviews for everything, including the food that we eat. So how do you all handle online reviews of your restaurants? How do you manage both the positive reviews and especially the negative reviews? Mellisen, we'll start with you. How do y'all manage that process?
So regarding to the positive reviews, we always have someone who responds back to thank them for the positive reviews. We do our best to take care of anyone who's dissatisfied before they even leave the restaurant. But if that doesn't happen, if it's somebody that we miss and we see a review that comes in that's negative, we do respond back to them and welcome them back with like a free meal or 20% discount or a free drink, just to give them the opportunity to experience us again and to ensure that whatever experience they have that was negative could be wiped out, and they can come back. And we do shy on anyone that's not happy. We take that as a lesson learned, and we have our meetings on them and try to figure out how we can do better. We look at negative reviews not as a negativity, but we take it as opportunities to improve the business, the customer service. We trickle that down to our servers, our back of the house, the front of the house, and we ask our staff, what do you think we can do better to ensure that it doesn't happen again? No one is perfect, but we do strive for that.
Very good. Michael, how about you? Dees is such a grassroots community level place, right? How do you deal with reviews that are out there?
Yeah, I guess it really depends on exactly what the review is. Obviously, good reviews, you want to respond and say, hey, thanks for that, and let people know that they're appreciated. Bad reviews are very similar to what she said. You take it as an opportunity to turn a complaint into a regular. And that's something I learned from my old boss when I used to work at Outback Steakhouse. She'd go, during meetings, she'd go, those people who complain, and she had used to drive food to people's houses where there were mistakes on to-go orders. And she goes, that's my opportunity to take that person who never wants to come back and come back all the time. And that's where the personal relationship stuff really comes in. That's where you tell them, hey, come on back in, we'll give you the right experience that you guys deserve. And that's the best way to do it. There are sometimes bad reviews where you can just tell the person there's something going on in their life, and either you can either deal with that with kindness, or if it's just an absolutely ridiculous review, a lot of times we'll just ignore it because those reviews will speak for themselves and show, oh, this is not about the business, this is about whoever's writing it. And sometimes you just have to ignore them so that it doesn't turn into some sort of online fight.
We've all seen those reviews, right? Yeah, maybe sometimes we've gotten them ourselves. We know how those are. All right, great perspective. Thank you. Geoff, you have an interesting perspective because you are also a franchisor, and Eggs Up is actively expanding from a franchise point of view. Talk us through that business, how you manage it, and then also how you manage that with the day-to-day responsibilities of running your own restaurant.
That's a good question. I think, Eggs Up Grill as a brand is growing. I think next week they open up their 100th location, which is great. Wow. There's 7 open in Florida. I have 2. Still looking for a 3rd at some point, but it is a challenge, but it's something that is great because it's rewarding. The day-to-day is the same goal, is to have a great shift, to take care of guests, serve great food, have great experiences for our customers. But then the next day, it starts all over again. It's completely different experience and different customers and different, you know, vibe to the day and stuff. So the challenges are always there, which is what makes it exciting for me. I've been in food and beverage for a long time, so I love building teams and stuff like that too as well, which is what's also rewarding to see people grow and develop. I've had dishwashers moved up to cooks and work all the stations and, you know, things like that. You know, one cook just went to college and she's working at the Eggs Up Grill in South Carolina, and they love her and she's doing great. And, you know, so things like that are rewarding for us too as well. But, you know, as a brand and the growth that they're putting forth is great. And hopefully, you know, as we grow here in the state of Florida, you know, it'll just bring more great experiences to everybody in the Florida area.
Okay, a couple more, and then I want to leave some time for good questions from the crowd. So be thinking if you've got something in mind. We'll leave some time for you. All right, let's talk about brand loyalty a little bit, because you each have excellent brands. And there's a little restaurant brand out there called Cracker Barrel that you might have heard of. They've been in the news a little bit in the last few days with a little bit of a branding thing going on. So how do each of you have to be so careful with your brands these days, right? How do each of you manage your brands and the loyalty that you've created in the community? Mellisen, we'll start with you.
Well, I would say Don Julio first started with a branding by giving back to the community. There was a hurricane, and we gave out, I think it was Michael, I don't recall, gave out about, I don't know, maybe 10,000 cases of water of the local community. That's, I believe, where we started being more recognized. We tried to be involved with our local churches, and we do events, family events, Mother Day events, Cinco de Mayo events, you know, just to get people out of their home and to socialize with each other and to see how we are. Again, we thrive on customer service, and I think customer service is self. When someone is happy, they tell other people about us, and that's what brings our brand together. And obviously, one dissatisfied person will tell 100 people, but if we can turn that one dissatisfied person into a happy person, they will tell those 100 people about us. So branding just basically comes from how we present ourselves from the moment a person walks in. First impression is your last impression in our restaurants, and giving out to our community as much as we can.
Okay. And with community involvement, each of your restaurants in its own really unique and special way is a gathering place. I've been to everybody's restaurant here, not only to dine, but to meet with groups and things, and with the chamber, we always do that. So I want to talk about what that means to each of you. Tavo, we'll start with you. Rock and Brews is absolutely a gathering place for a number of events, including the Business Alliance Council for the Seminole County Chamber, right? Which is the fourth Friday of every month from 1 to 3. So the event is 1 to 3 on a Friday. And it gets even a little bit worse. Tavo, when does happy hour begin at Rock and Brews?
3 o'clock.
Yeah. So, despite the evil genius of it all, talk about what community gathering and community involvement means to your restaurant, and then we'll hear from each of you.
Of course. Well, I feel that not just in the hospitality industry, but every business in a community needs to have the community involvement on their SWOT analysis or any other strategic plan for their business to grow. We pride ourselves, as you said, and we even actually got an award for community involvement. We even beat some of the nonprofits around the area. Let me just say that we have gone a huge deal to go above and beyond to partner up. Just last week, we hosted 3 different organizations on giving back, including Seminole State that were out there, and a local nonprofit in Castleberry, and a school that came in and did a Spirit Day. So we, again, are very essential to the business. I hit the ground running when we started getting to let people know about the great product and service that we had at the restaurant. People wouldn't know if I wasn't on their faces, literally. So again, very essential to any business, and if you're not doing it, I invite you over to some of our networking events. As you said, our goal is to grow that council. By the way, our committee members are over there. They want to bring 200, and we were pretty close last week. We almost had 80. So please
Nicely
come out
done.
and network. It's all about selling your business out there.
Mellisen, I have been to Don Julio's with the Rotary Club of Lake Mary. We've had networking events and the socials out there. So talk about the importance of inviting the community as groups into your restaurant.
The reason why it's important to invite the community to the restaurants, one, you get to know us, okay? Two, you get to see what the service is like. Three, you get the experience hands-on, and you get to tell other people about it. When we provide things, we're strong in knowing that if we give back to the community, it's like a saying, like you can't grow without bringing other people in. You cannot do things without giving back. So to get back, you give. And we pride ourselves in knowing that we are been blessed enough to be able to give back to the community when it's needed. And
I discovered Dees Brothers because of a networking event that was hosted there. So you have a great space for that kind of thing.
Yeah, we really do. We designed our space to be community oriented, to have room for different groups to gather and have their own space, or to just mill around with people they may not know. I think the real big thing is it is about community, and a community is people helping one another. And if we're going to be part of a community, it is our obligation to be helping those who don't have what we have. And it's something when we got started, I told my wife and I told other people, I'm really excited to be able to actually help people now that I have something that I can use. I was always told, it's like, you don't build walls, you build a bigger table, right? You bring people in, you try to help them, and the community's full of groups that are helping people way more than I am. So it's great to be able to help them. There's folks feeding the hungry, housing the homeless, researching medical developments to help kids with cancer. Speaking of which, we have a great bake sale going on this weekend for Cookies for Kids Cancer, where you donate whatever you want, and you can get some really tasty treats. Yep, my wife is baking some stuff. We've got some great businesses from around donating stuff, so definitely help them out. But that's the point of all this. I enjoy making beer. I enjoy running a business. I enjoy making a career of all this. But it's really, really great to help other people, because that's what we're really here to do.
That's awesome. All right, Geoff, bring us home. I can't think of a better way to start the day than at Eggs Up Grill. So talk about bringing groups in.
Yeah, we've done... we've had a lot of people reach out for different things, even some bridal showers and other off events that you wouldn't think of. So the bridal shower, baby shower, I have a group of women, the Hat Society. They come in every morning, once a month. They pick a day and they come in. They bring 25, 30 people with their hats, and they just, talk and have breakfast, and it's just a good feeling to be able to host a place for them. Reimagine Community is another group that we support with their work and kids and reading and stuff like that. We have a bookshelf there for kids to come in and want to read a book and things like that as well. We had a chamber event in May after hours there that, again, different. It's a big space, we can do a lot, and you can hold 120 people in there, so it's not a question of size, so you can have flexibility there to host a lot of different events and different groups and things that people might want to do and thinking outside the box. But we're always open to anything that 10, 12 people. I mean, will it be private? No, not 100%. But like having half the restaurant on a Monday is not a big deal. To be able to do that, for you to have an event or do something there that you want in a very casual setting, but for people to start their day. But then again, we're also available and flexible for something at night too. I have a dinner that's coming up, I think September 19th, for, again, a group that wants to come in and just do something different. And we have brunch related items, so we're going to do that for them. Some of the more entree forward dishes, and you know, it'll be a great event for them. But you know, it's on a Friday night, and great. You know, it's just
great.
It's a way to get us in front of people. You know, for people, people brings in people. You know, that's just kind of what you have to look at, and so doing these things once in a while is a great thing to do to help drive your business.
Outstanding. Okay, I think we got time for one or two questions. Any burning restaurant questions out in the crowd? We'll start with Beck.
Morning, guys. Great panel. Thank you so much. And all your food is amazing. That chicken sandwich from Rock and Brews, Pisco Sour, all the beers at Dees, and Eggs Up Grill fed my teachers like not too long ago. They were so happy. And these are like really more personal questions that I have to ask. Don Julio, I see there's been a sign up for a while that you guys are opening up in Sanford. When is that happening?
We don't know yet. We have a little setbacks on that with the plumbing.
Okay. Every once in a while I see cars there. I'm like, is it happening? Is it happening? And then Dees, can you tell me a little more about the dog event happening and the bingo or trivia?
Yeah, so thank you to my wife, who unfortunately can't be here, for working with everybody to make a lot of these events occur. So the dog event she's bringing up is actually our Barktoberfest. My brother and I just did an Oktoberfest. Whitney came in and went, hey, why don't we help somebody? And I was like, that's a great idea. And we decided to help all the dogs who need homes and whatnot. And so we're having a great event where you can bring your dog in. We're doing a costume contest and an agility test for the people. We're doing a Stein holding contest. But it's just a great time to celebrate beer and our furry friends. That's what we're doing there. We also have, that's on the 27th of September. On the 28th, the next day, we are actually doing a burlesque bingo charity for the Ovarian Cancer Society. Right? So come on in there, maybe win some fun risque prizes and help raise some money for cancer research. Like I said before, we got our bake sale with Cookies for Kids Cancer this weekend to help with that sort of thing. Was there one more you mentioned? Nope,
That's good.
So, but yeah, lots of stuff trying to help folks, you know, help other folks. So
I mean, between Cookies for Kids Cancer and burlesque bingo for American Cancer Society, I did not have that on my bingo card. So there you go. Good for you. Maybe time for one more. Can we sneak one in? What do we got?
Okay, I have a two-part, so I'm going to make it really quick. Number one, how are each of you balancing the differentiation between being active in a local community and being able to be, because Florida is such a large hospitality tourism industry, keeping that balance to not just be community, but also bringing in some of that additional tourism, especially here in the Sanford area, as the airport is growing and the sports center. Oh, and where do you get your inspiration from?
Yeah, Michael, do it.
well, on the community side, it's pretty easy in Sanford. It's a very community-oriented town to begin with, so it's really just being there and being a part of the community. As far as expanding beyond that, it takes a few different things. In the beer industry, we're lucky enough to have kind of a tourism built in. People want to go to the local breweries and see what we're each doing. In downtown Sanford, there's 5 breweries altogether that you can just walk around to. So we've actually started doing joint marketing as well. We do, we say, visit the breweries in downtown Sanford, you know, 5 breweries in 5 blocks. Also, there's a distillery. And we actually do that at the airport in town as well as online. I always try to post when someone goes, hey, what's a great bar in Sanford? I go, hey, have you tried all the breweries yet? And people go, oh, there's a bunch of breweries. I can go there and actually explore. And that's kind of the way we've been trying to push that. Like I said, beer has built-in tourism, and we're just trying to tap into that ourselves. So.
All right, I like that. Can we sneak in one more?
I would like to actually answer that also. Great question. Rock and Brews is a national brand, so I go grassroots today. For instance, we're closing a restaurant to raise funds for our Seminole County Public Schools pantries. Last year we were able to raise $50,000. We're shooting for 60. We then donate all these funds to all the pantries in Seminole County Public Schools so the kids that are less fortunate have some food over the weekend. So we're doing that tonight, and we do stay local, but also I visit Orlando. I attend some of these big conferences. Not only in Orlando, I've gone to San Antonio to try to see what the industry's like on a bigger scale. We were able to then know when we visited the Coca-Cola big speaker that said, your industry will be flat for the first 2 quarters, so don't even get any, just know that it's not gonna get better until probably last quarter of 2025. So with this data, we're able to say, okay, we're not investing, we're not growing, we're not opening, we're not hiring, we're not promoting. And sure enough, it's exactly what happened. We're luckily now 2% up from last year, so woohoo. But I hope that answers your question about the local and the national.
All right, let's do rapid fire. John Gillen.
Real quick, just as a nonprofit, I want to say thank you very much for all the support these restaurants and these communities. Go support the restaurants that support you and give you those gift cards and baskets and everything else like that. I don't want to end on this, but I'm going to ask the question. You mentioned the wages are going up for the servers, which is good, but the tipping culture in this country has gotten to the point where everybody's flipping their screens over and everybody's asking for tips for all sorts of things. Has that affected your businesses and your servers, and how do you combat that?
In 2 sentences or less. Take it.
We're still relying on our customer service. We don't even charge a 6 or 8 more servers that is an automatic gratuity. Again, we stay by our service, and if someone does not take care of our service, I usually comes out of our employee benefits. I always take care of my staff.
All right, that's good to know. All right, Michael, bring us home real quick.
Well, yeah, we don't really, we let people tip how they want. What we teach our servers, because we are more of a tipping, hospitality is tipping, we go, you need to earn that service. You need to earn those tips. If you want to make that extra money, especially now that you're getting paid twice what I got paid as a server, you really need to prove that your time is worth it. We're an order up type of bar as well, so we don't do as much table service. So there's an old sales thing that I got taught when I was working at the Scout Shop over in Apopka, and it was a hospitality-based thing, but it was an older man who said, give him the pickle, and all that meant was when you go to a restaurant or whatever, and you get a pickle with your sandwich, if someone asks for a second one, just go ahead and give it to them. Just always take that extra step. So it's not about a pickle itself, it's about whatever you can do to offer service above and beyond your job description. That's what people are looking for, and that's how you earn your tips.
All right, I love that. That's the takeaway. Just give them a pickle. All right, you all stay right here. Thank you once again to Geoff Giordano from Eggs Up Grill, Michael Dees from Dees Brothers Brewery, Mellisen Griffin from Don Julio Group, and Tavo Mendez from Rockin' Brews. You guys stay here for a bit, and we are going to pass it back to Rebecca to bring us home. All right.
Thanks for listening. To learn more about the Seminole County Chamber, please visit seminolebusiness.org or check us out on our social media at Seminole County Chamber.